is going up against Georgia this week, and this is the biggest game of the season. I would say up to this point. The Ohio State game was a big game, a very, very big game. That was week 1, right? You lose that game, hard fought, 7-point loss. You had a chance to win it late. You just didn't execute. You didn't have a great chance, right? That's fine. Since then, you've kind of been, you had some tough games. Florida in the swamp. Oklahoma every single year is a big game. You can never lose sight of that one. And then it's Georgia, right? And I would even say I think Georgia is a more important win for Texas if they can get that win.
Yeah.
It would be more because Sark has had a good amount of success versus Oklahoma, right? Yep. He already has a win versus Texas A&M. He hasn't gotten over. He has a win versus Kirby Smart. Not Kirby Smart.
Oh
my gosh,
the GOAT. Thinking about
Saban. Nick Saban. There you go. Nick Saban for Alabama.
Yep.
But you don't have that win versus Georgia. You lost to him twice last year when, frankly, we were probably the better football team, both those games, because Carson Beck was trash last year.
But
you lost both those games. And I think the biggest reason why, as we head into the X factors, the biggest reasons why they were able to make Quinn uncomfortable, especially in that first game, especially in the first 2.5 quarters.
Oh, my God.
Quinn was uncomfortable. Quinn was not able to move in the pocket. There was times where he didn't step up. I mean, the one that stands out to me is the Jalen Walker sack on Kelvin Banks, where Quinn is about 8 yards deep, and he continues to just fade back. And people are going to say, oh, Walker beat Kelvin Banks in that play. But no, I mean, Kelvin did a really good job. Quarterback has to step up into the pocket.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, though. And eventually they would pull Quinn, let Arch go, and, Arch made a big run, and that's about it. So this year, I actually feel better about Arch's pocket mobility, because Arch is really good at navigating the pocket, and he doesn't panic as much as Quinn did. Even though Quinn was a 3-year starter, Quinn never developed that pocket presence. So I'm actually feeling good about that. It's just going to come down to, can that line hold up against Georgia? And Georgia's got some dudes in that defensive line that can go, but they're not as good as what they were last year, right? They don't have Mike Hill, don't have Jalen Walker. They do have Christian Miller up the middle, but he's more of a run stuffer, not much of a go-getter. They got some guys, though, CJ Allen and the linebacking core. I feel better, though, this time around about our quarterback going up against this defense. So my first X factor is Arch's pocket mobility has to be huge in this game.
I'm with you. I mean, when you look at Georgia's defense this year, they're nowhere near as dominant as last year, especially up front. They do a pretty good job of always stopping the run. That's what Kirby Smart's defense is built upon. We're going to make you beat us in the air. But with that being said, you're absolutely right. Like, Arch's ability to buy time, evade pressure, and not fall into sacks, because like Arch has eyes in the back of his head at times, like, and it's so impressive. So I'm with you there. My X factor is going to be first and second down. We have to win first and second down.
100%.
Because like everyone talks about third down, but like third downs are easy if they're like 4 or less on average. Like, just on average, if you can get them, if we can average 3 yards on first and second down and get, thirds and 4 and less consistently, we can beat this team. Because we can't let those guys pin their ears back and dial up all these exotic pressures and do what they want to do in terms of rushing the passer, because we've seen how that has worked against us when we played Florida, when we played Ohio State. Like, when we're in constant third and longs, that does not bode well for this offense. So we have to win first and second down. Have to.
So looking back at the 2 games last year, Trey Wisner in the first game, 15 carries for 52 yards. In the second game, 19 carries for 51 yards. You got to be better than that. You got to be more efficient running the football, especially on first and second down.
Yeah.
I'm hoping with CJ Baxter having, more time to get his legs under him. Same with Trey, just a little bit more time to rest a little bit more. Now there's some more continuity on the offensive line with Cole Hudson moving to guard, which I'm going to assume is going to be the lineup again this week.
Probably.
I'm hoping the ground game can be a little more effective. I don't need them to go for 150. Trey Wisner 19 for 150. If he does that, great. But
I would appreciate it.
I know. I need 17 to 18 carries for 80 some odd yards, right? Give me 3.5, 4 yards a carry. So we can get to third down where you're looking at 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, and so on and so forth, where, the playbook's more open. You can do some quarterback reads. You can, you don't got to just keep trying to push the ball 15 yards down the field. You can now do all these variety of things. I think that's where we can live. Georgia in both games last year, granted, again, Carson Beck was terrible, did not have a bunch of offensive success last year. In the first game, just 283 total yards. In the second game with Gunnar Stockton in the playoffs, just 277, right? Texas cannot shoot themselves in the foot. They cannot have turnovers, which has actually not been an issue for Texas this year. Arches
turnovers
care of the football. Yeah,
it's been. I mean, honestly, it's been more penalties than anything. It's been the pre-snap penalties. It's going from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20 because of a holding, or 1st and 15, and then it's just putting us behind the chains.
Yep, and that's going to be my next X factor. No penalties, or limit the penalties, limit the turnovers, especially those 2 young tackles. They have to be able to hold their feet and not have false starts. It's going to be loud. This might be the loudest that Athens has been in a while. I mean,
in a long time.
They're probably going to be more loud for this game than they would be for like a rivalry game versus Bama or Florida. Like, they are going to be so loud for this game because this is a new kind of rivalry within the SEC. Texas is trying to join the elite programs like Georgia. Georgia's the established veterans. They've won multiple national titles. So it's going to be loud. And I believe it's a red out, I want to say. So it's going to be red and loud. And with a younger team with some young weapons on the outside, you got to be able to hold your water. You cannot have pre-snap penalties. So pre-snap penalties for sure got to be cleaned up. And then turnovers cannot happen. You have 1 or 2 turnovers. Georgia can score points this year in a hurry. A turnover could flip this game. A turnover could flip this game really quickly. So limit those. I think offensively we could be fine.
That's what makes this Georgia team unique from teams of the past. They can score. Like, Gunnar Stockton is a gamer. Like, he has a certain Baker Mayfield-esque aura to him when he's on that field. Like, he's going, like, he knows, like, the game isn't over till it hits 0 because he's come back numerous times this year and helped them win games. So I'm I would be very pleased if we can, if we can hold them under 24 points, 27 points, somewhere in there.
That'd be nice.
That would be ideal because I think that's the sweet spot for this game. I think 24 to 27 points is going to be the sweet spot. And if it's any more than that and it becomes a shootout, I'm worried.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have really high hopes for our offense this game. I'm more nervous about the defense, not necessarily the front 7, because I trust the front 7 wholeheartedly. I worry more so about the secondary going up against, and it's not like Georgia has these super elite weapons, but they do have some dynamic guys. Zachariah Branch is an absolute mismatch because of his speed. Colby Young's good. They have 2 really good tight ends. Oscar Delp could be in the NFL in a few days. Lawson Lucky, or not a few days, a few months. Lawson Lucky, really good player. They got some weapons on the outside that, I don't know if they have like what A&M has. They don't have those guys. No. But Zachariah Branch and his speed is a difference maker. So making sure you tackle him on screens, make sure he gets a little bit banged up would be nice, because if that guy's feeling himself, it's going to be tough for Texas. So if I'm going to go with another X factor defensively, got to be able to tackle in space. Can't have missed tackles. It feels like as of late we've had some missed tackles. Got to clean that up, especially if you're going to see Grayson Littleton out there, especially if you're going to have some guys who are banged up. Can't have missed tackles, because if you have them on a 3rd and long and they're throwing a drag or something like that underneath and you miss a tackle, they couldn't convert that first down. So you got to be able to make open field tackles. I trust Anthony Hill. I trust LaFau. I trust all of our defensive linemen. I got to trust the secondary to make those tackles.
That's going to be a interesting matchup, just off the principle of I want to see who they match up on who. Like, are we going to follow anybody? Because, like, you want to play to guys' strengths and take away what they do well. So, tackling is going to be big. we're going to have to find a way to create turnovers, like steal some possessions. Ryan Niblett is going to be an X factor because I want to see if teams actually stop kicking to him. Hopefully not. Hopefully, Georgia's like, we can cover, so we're going to kick it to him because,
I don't think it's going to happen.
Bro, you'll be surprised how many coaches are like, oh, we have better guys. We're not scared of him. Like, they respect him, but they won't give him like, I'm not kicking to him type of love until they score on you. So hopefully they respect him enough to kick it to him. Like, go ahead, kick it to him because all he needs is a crease. Yeah, like this game is going to come down to the like cliche things, but the defense is going to have to find a way to steal possessions. Texas is going to have to find ways to like steal possessions to get 2 or 3 extra possessions, control the ball because that Georgia offense is explosive. Granted, they're not like really efficient at running the football, but they can create big plays in the run game. They can create big plays in the screen game. Back to what you said, like they know how to make guys miss. They're strong. They're explosive. So that Texas defense, to your point, tackling, leveraging the football, like everything that we didn't do versus Florida that showed up on tape, like we got to make sure that we do just the simple things so that we have a higher chance of success. So, it's going to be a challenge, though.
I'm looking at the numbers here. Georgia on the offensive end run the ball about 57% of the time, which is in the top half of college football. They pass the ball about 43% of the time. So, not necessarily the most balanced team in football, but Gunnar Stockton's a threat in the ground game. He has been pretty efficient throwing the football, just under 70% completion percentage, only 2 interceptions. It's a decent running football team. They got 2 guys, Nate Frazier, Chauncey Bowens, that are pretty good. Yep. Gunnar Stockton is always a threat with his legs. Gunnar Stockton is kind of like maybe like Sam Ehlinger in a way, in terms of just being that dual threat guy, gritty player, willing to put his body on the line, good leader.
I can see that.
Fits the culture. I mean, Gunnar Stockton has Georgia written all over him, just like Sam Ehlinger had Texas written all over him. So kind of remind me in some ways of him. I think Sam was a better player, but I think Gunner's well on his way to being, on that same path. People have compared him to the TCU guy who led them to
Max Duggar.
Yeah, I've seen some Duggar comparisons, and I can also see that one. Just again, willing to do it all, physical playmaker. So Gunner's a good player. We saw him last year versus Texas, and he's a different player today. So expect a different guy. If we can have pressure put on Gunnar Stockton, limit the ground game, and really force Gunnar Stockton to, make some high-level reads, I think you can find some success. I'm hoping the secondary starts to play better now that you get a healthy McDonald, a healthy Taft back. And I'm really interested to see who is that opposite corner to Manny Muhammad. I wouldn't be surprised if
they try to line.
It's tough. I would line Littleton up against Branch pretty much all game because I trust Littleton's speed to match him. And then I would have Jelani on the tight ends because I think I would trust Jelani more than our linebackers in coverage, especially because Oscar Delp is really athletic. Then I would put, obviously Manny would be the boundary corner. So whoever lines up on the boundary, I'd put him against him. The other boundary corner, gosh, Gilbo's been rough.
So consistent.
It pains me to say he's not played well. And last week when he had a chance to be the veteran on the field, or not last week, but a game against Vanderbilt where he had the chance to be the veteran on the field, no Taft, no McDonald, Phil Smeeze out. He didn't step up. He made mistakes, and that's just a bad look. It might be Cade Phillips. It might be Cade. Which is really scary to think about because that's 2 freshmen starting for you versus Georgia.
You got to let it ride.
Yeah, but I can't trust Gilbo right now. Doesn't tackle well. He's not physical. And going up against Georgia, that's going to be a physical football team.
Yep.
I don't trust that. I like Kobe Black. I love his potential. I just don't think he's there yet. It feels like he's a year or 2 away before really becoming who we want him to be.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, Littleton, he's going to probably line up against Branch a lot. And then Manny on one side. I think I might go Cade Phillips or the other guy. Oh, my gosh.
Who are you thinking?
He rotates in and out. Not Kobe Black. Not Wardell. Warren Roberson. That's it. Warren.
Mm,
So yeah, Warren
I
would
can see
probably get
that.
some rotations.
I
He
mean,
would be the guy that I would also throw out there alongside Cade Phillips, just sort of ride the hot hand.
that's what I would do. Like have a plan, but if one guy's playing well,
Yeah,
let him play, and
I
you
agree.
know what I mean. Because once guys get in the rhythm of the game, like the worst thing you can do for a guy that's supposed to be rotating in and out is to actually rotate him in and out as he's making plays. If a guy's making plays on the ball or making good tackles, stops on third downs, PBUs, good coverage, you do not rotate him out because it messes with the flow of the game in ways that's like is low key hard to recover from, honestly.
Yeah.
So I would I would I would probably start Kate Phillips. I
Yeah, I
think
think so too.
I think
He's really solid in coverage, really smart player, and he's long and rangy.
yeah, and like at the least I know, he's tall, he's long, he's athletic. Like he can compete downfield. He doesn't always play the ball to his fullest potential, but like his size alone, like to me is smothering. So that's who I would probably start, and then go Gilbo and Kobe Black.
Yeah, Kobe.
Roberson.
Yeah,
Like I don't know because they've had 2 weeks now, essentially, right? They had the bye week, and then they had this week of practice to kind of see who's going to be that guy. So it'd be interesting to see how that all works and who they trot out.
I think they'll trot out Gilbo first, just to sort of because he's the vet, he's been there. I think he'll probably play the first drive, and then afterwards, I think they'll throw Phillips out there. And unless Gilbo's really balling, then you keep Gilbo out there. But yeah, I think Cade will be that next guy who gets himself some chances, and Warren Roberson will too, and Kobe Black I'm sure will get some snaps as well. So that's all gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be a fun matchup. Georgia, Texas, big time rivalry game. Texas 0-2 in the last year, heading into a big game. Some big time games here. You guys let us know in the comment section below. Who's going to win this game and who are your X factors?